Have you ever been in a conversation with someone and they're talking, and as they're talking, you have this sense of, your facts are not right. And there's a part of your brain that goes into judging or criticizing. Have you ever been there? Paul writes in 1 Timothy, he says this, "Have nothing to do with foolish, ignorant controversies. You know that they breed quarrels." There's great advice, right? If you can, avoid it. But what do you do when you're in that moment and you just totally disagree with this person? Paul finishes with this. He says, "The Lord's servant must not be quarrelsome, but kind to everyone." Right? So how do you be kind when you're talking to this person? Their facts are all funky. Maybe they're endorsing one tribe versus another. They've just been kind of saturated in this echo chamber. How do you respond? I'm going to give you 3 tips. Tip 1. First thing I think you do is you actually just reflect back. You mirror. So that that person actually feels heard. Often what we do in this moment is we're thinking about what we're going to say, that witty comeback, rather than actually listening. So that person never actually feels understood. Step 1, you mirror, you reflect. Step 2, you actually be a little curious. You reflect back. Now you ask some questions about how they learned, where they got to write those facts, how they learned what they're learning. Step 3, then you maybe share your confusion. Right? You've already reflected back. You've actually mirrored, right? You've been curious. Now what I find is at that point in the conversation, this person actually is open to you sharing your confusion. That point in the argument where they're like, "Hey, how did you get to X?" What I found is this actually doesn't lead to more arguments. It actually is a way of embodying the kindness Paul calls us to without increasing conflict. This is how I think we live faith first.